Connor Shaxman and I'm the brand ambassador for Woodford Reserve. Woodford Reserve is a small batch, handcrafted, premium old-style American whiskey made in Versailles, Kentucky. This is our flagship brand, Woodford Reserve Bourbon. When we say old style, we truly mean it. We're using old fermentation tanks, we're using a live yeast strain, we're using small pot stills from Scotland. We only have 3 warehouses. We make about 80 barrels a week. Also, only 12 people work there. There are no computers, and it's all done by hand. So we tick all those boxes, which is pretty cool. Our mash bill is 72% corn to 18% rye to 10% malted barley. We have Woodford Reserve Bourbon, Woodford Reserve Rye, Woodford Reserve Malt, and Woodford Reserve Double Oak. However, every year we do a one-off expression of Woodford Reserve called the Masters Collection. And we'll try something different. We might try a new barrel, a different mash bill, a barrel finish, a different yeast strain. Just do a one-off, really interesting expression of Woodford Reserve. We make about 10,000 bottles a year, and that's it. It's done, and we move on to the next challenge, the next experiment. This one here is the smoked cherry malt. It's from a few years ago. So actually very excited to try and have a few bottles around. And this one is really, really interesting for a couple of reasons. Our mash bill is 7% corn to 13% malted barley and no rye. What's really interesting in it is the fact that we're actually smoking the barley using cherry wood. We use local cherry wood just to smoke and dry out our malted barley, and then we use that in our mash bill. I think you see a whole lot more smoked whiskies moving forward in the future. Obviously, you see smoked whiskies from Scotland, but they're using peat, which is basically soil that's been condensed with vegetable matter, whereas we're using the cherry wood to smoke it. Now, let's see how that flavour comes through in the whiskey. Let's give it a look. Beautiful, rich colour. Obviously, you know, American whiskey is an honest category. It's just whiskey and water. There's no colourings or preservatives. Let's give it a smell. Got to be excited then. On the nose, getting vanilla and caramel and butterscotch still, but you get this awesome, almost like a cherry jam flavour coming through on the palate, which is very, very, very interesting. You don't want to get that from Woodford Reserve. Let's give it a taste. Wow, punchy ABV, 45.2, but there's almost like a cherry ripe flavour coming through on the palate. Rich vanilla, rich caramel, a little bit of spice coming through as well. And it's funny because there's no rye, which is normally the spice grain in American whiskey. That spice coming through, one from the pot distillation, but also from that smoked cherry wood, which is just coming through. Also some really nice nutty almond notes as well. Fascinating, complex, and really, really interesting. The back palate, bit of chocolate, bit of cherry, bit of almond just lingering there. This is a really complex whiskey. There's heaps to unpack. Hope you enjoy it. Tell me what you think. Thank you very much. Cheers.